Hi there. Good to be here today. And this is Shauna with Living Stones Coaching. And what I wanted to share with you guys today is something that I use a lot in my coaching practice. So I focus a lot on our growth and our healing and our resilience as I talk with clients about their struggles, typically in relationships. So a lot of my work is in relationships, kind of knowing who we are, gaining our resilience maybe from a hard, difficult situation, whether that be a relational trauma, a betrayal trauma from someone else, whether that be someone else's addiction of sorts. It could be a pornography addiction. It could be a struggle in sexual addiction or maybe alcohol. It could be chronic lying that we're dealing with. And so what I wanted to share today is a concept that I read briefly in a book probably back in 2010, is my guess. And I am not sure that this is what it was called because I have looked since to see if I could find it and I haven't been able to. So I have given it a name. I'm not sure that this is the name it ever had, but I love it and it makes sense to me and it makes sense to a lot of my clients. So a lot of my clients know this, and if they're seeing this, they're saying, yes, this is what she talks about a lot and reminds me of a lot. So what I'm going to introduce you to today is what I call the healing spiral. So I brought a little kind of makeshift whiteboard because I didn't want to bring out my big one. And I wanted to share kind of what this looks like. And what the healing spiral looks like is a shape, kind of a trajectory that looks something like this. And as you can see, it is moving upward. So often we want our healing to look like this. We want our healing to look straight up and no fallback, no 2 steps forward, 1 step back, or even 1 step forward, 2 steps back. We want it to look like we're just soaring in our healing or in our growth. Maybe we want it to look like this. Kind of a stair step. And that's okay too. That kind of shows that we're making some growth, we're plateauing, we're making some growth, we're plateauing. But what I want to focus on again today is this healing spiral. And what I notice the most in my work, my personal growth, as well as when I work with a lot of just a variety of clients, whether that's men, women, couples, is the growth process looks a little bit more like this, where we are making some upward change, momentum, and then sometimes we kind of have this loop where we have this momentum, but we kind of slip back into an old pattern. Maybe we slip back into something that's familiar for us. And yet with that, we have momentum on the way down. And usually if we're still choosing growth, we go to the next loop and the next high. And what you'll see here is, let's say that's the high of our growth in one season. And this is the high in our growth another season. Now, even when we come down, we don't want to be here because this is where we started. And this is where we knew what good felt like. And yet we kind of hit these lows maybe. But this momentum that we get from here can lead us to the next step or the next season of growth. And this is the momentum that we want to see. We want to see that trajectory. And as we do that, what you notice here is even though the next high is higher, the next low, let's say for us in our growth or healing, is higher than the last. So if I took a little dash mark and did that, look at that growth right there. And yet each time we hit a new kind of low, it feels yucky. It feels awful sometimes because we know what that felt like, right? So even that low might be higher or lower than that last high. But if we keep moving, I call this the infinity healing loop, or infinity healing spiral, then we are always moving in that direction And it might look like this sometimes, it might look like this sometimes, but either way, we are making those loops towards healing. So I just wanted to share that with you today. I hope you find it helpful and encouraging as a different way to look at your healing and your growth. And I'm here to support you if there's anything I can do. All right, take care.